So recommend the inquiries to be made about an external valuer before we can place any reliance on their work. And, so 2 questions, explain the reason why we're doing it. Okay, so you're the manager responsible for the audit of Poppy Company. Poppy, my daughter's name. So you're the manager responsible for the audit of Poppy, a manufacturing company with a year ended 31st of October 08. In the last year, several investment properties have been purchased to utilise some funds and to give us some rental income. The properties have been revalued, so that's presumably why we're using the external valuer. So the properties have been revalued at the year end in accordance with investment property. Yep, you go fair value, difference to income statement. They're recognised at 8 million and the total assets are 160 million. So first of all, you could talk about the materiality, their materiality if you wished, but not really that important here. An external value has been used to provide the fair value for each property. So, firstly then, what you want to say is the reason for the inquiries. You say that when you're relying on an expert, if you're going to rely on them, then for the audit, then really you're relying on their competence. That's what we're worried about. Are they good enough for the job? And their objectivity. They're the things that we need to be focusing on. So they're the reasons. Now I want to have a look at the inquiries to be made. So how do you know that I'm competent at teaching ACCA? Well, because I'm an FCCA. I've been ACCA qualified for many, many years. So I am a member of a professional body, and you could extend that and you could say, right, okay, and therefore that means you have to take exams, etc. It could be that. So are they a member of a professional body? Do they have a license to do this sort of thing? You know, when you become an auditor, you have to have an auditing license often. How long have you been doing it? How long have I been teaching? Okay, more years than I care to remember. Do you have experience with this type of investment property? Okay, that's what you want to know, isn't it? You want to know not just are you competent, but are you competent at doing this particular job? Do you have experience of this work before? Do we have any third parties? Does anybody else say that they're really good? Do we have any third party references? Do we have any experience? Do we have experience of working with them? So experience ourselves of working with them. Get to know why Poppy chose them. You know, because that could help us to understand. And then finally, make sure that any methods that they're using are in line with what IS 40 allows. IS 40 being investment properties. Okay, objectivity then. How can I make sure they're objective? Well, I want to make sure that there's no financial interest in Poppy Company. Obviously, if there is, they can't be objective. No personal interest. So, not the husband or whatever. Not an employee or a director or anything like that. Charging a full market price. All those sorts of things are the things that you want to be thinking about when you're thinking about the competence and the objectivity of any expert, really. Always try and bring it into the scenario, though. We know that it was an investment property here. But yeah, that's an easy 7 marks.